she had told them earlier that Khosi is not coming, so they don't pay for certain bookings. You don't watch
Exactly.
the flights and other stuffs and tell them Khosi said she's what,
Exactly.
she's chasing, when she didn't even say anything like that.
This is
This
painful.
story,
This is painful. Zama is here. I can see that she's here. She was rude
Zama
on our group
first,
the
right?
day before yesterday. She was rude, and then she also exited the group. She was very rude. I don't know what is happening. Maybe she's friends with the admin that ate the money there by our group. I don't know. She's here. She can answer for herself. Like I don't. This whole situation is just. It's not okay for Kosi's brand. It's really not okay, and we are really pissed because this is not the first time this is happening. It's not the first time. Zama and Mam Meki are not our admins. We have our Depen Kosiren admin. They were there to deliver the news, which was supposed to be delivered by our admin. I don't know. She will answer for herself. She's here. Zama Kuluma.
I feel like we should take this one step at a time and ask the most important questions. First of all, why was this meet and greet delayed till now? And what was the reason for not telling Kosi that they were supposed to have a meet and greet since July? That's what we need to know first before we start going to the money issues. Oh, Kosi wants to speak. You can speak now, Kosi.
Yeah, you guys muted me. It is muted by the host. Ah. Okay. So, like Mami said a lot of things. Um, I mean, she asked all the right questions, right? So here's the thing that I wanted us to understand. I see someone was saying like, don't hire fans to be working for you. I don't understand that, guys. So let me just start by saying this. When you work with people in the industry that help you with your brand and stuff like that, especially in my case, they don't understand Big Brother. They don't understand the fan base and things like that. So they barely get involved in those things. My PA, Katleho, I usually let her handle those things. And there's never been any other person I've ever spoken to regarding Khosi Reigns other than Katleho. There's not a single person that has came to me and told me this, and that. You guys are mentioning Zama, Mameki. I've never had any conversation about you guys with them ever. So I don't understand when people are saying certain people were hired and stuff. I don't understand how they ended up communicating certain things on my behalf or Katlako's behalf. I don't understand that, and that's something that clearly needs to be we need to get to the bottom of, right? And two, guys, a big problem here is the fact that some things are not done in a right way, right? Some of you feel like you can't get hold of me, but that's not true. You guys, I don't know. You feel better if you're talking to someone who knows me or someone who can get through me, but there's a whole email that you could just like, when you speak to the previous countries, most of them that I went to, there was an email sent. You send an email. That way, we have the whole thing on the system. It's put down on the calendar by not just my PA. Then the whole team is aware of what's happening. But if you are talking to one person, no wonder I didn't know about Durban. Because it wasn't on the system, it wasn't on our calendar. You understand? So, all I'm saying is that you guys have your own ideas of who's working for me and what, even though you've never seen me officially saying that. So I don't know how that ends up. Because that means anyone can just come up here and say, I know Khosi, I work with Khosi, I have direct communication with Khosi, and you guys will believe that. I don't understand why. The only person I declared to be working with me is Katleho. And the only person that will be held accountable for this is Katlaho. The other people, I don't even understand how they enter and how you guys took whatever that was said by them and stuff like that. And but at the same time, I would like us to understand that there's also a system. You understand what I mean? I have people I'm working with, and I'm not talking about people that you guys chat with, inbox, text here on social media. I'm talking about people where you send an email. Even on my old email, it was like that. You send an email, we are able to have that on the system, even if it's not on the calendar, but at least we have like, okay, there are certain things we need to work on. We have them on the to-do list. Like, okay, we need to handle this and to handle that. We have a whole things that need to be verified or confirmed. You know what I mean? So we're working with things on the system, but in most cases, things are not on the system because you guys, you know an admin who knows an admin that communicates with me, and that's where the chaos starts, really. But there isn't a single person who has sent an email and ended up in a disastrous position where there's like misunderstanding because we all get an email. When you send an email, at least 4 people received an email. When you send an email, that email is organized and put in a system that you are recognized. But I feel like those are also other things that you guys need to understand, that like there's a certain way to do things, and that it's just to avoid this whole drama and everything. And some of you will speak as if you know so much, like talking about all of this, like you shouldn't hire this, you shouldn't, like you don't even know. I'm like, what, what is this person talking about? What are they talking about? So we also need to be able to be educated ourselves. It's a cruel world. People do crazy things. I'm not saying that's the case in this case, right? But I'm just saying that you can't just be saying that, okay, just because you know a person and you've seen a person around me, now like that's your line of communication. Do you think brands, when they want to work with me, they contact Zamo Mamegi to get to, does like, do you understand? So I really want us to also understand that there's just a way to do things, and let's not be too hard on ourselves, because we also have to we learn. Just like how you guys have seen me learn a few things, I think it's fair to also say that also even us, we have to learn a few things. Even if you join other fan bases, just understand that there are systems which makes my life easier and also your life easier. Do you understand? But I'm not saying that what has been said will just go without, obviously there's a few people that needs to be held accountable. And there's a few things that I need to understand myself. I've heard about the Khosi rain, the Durban Khosi rain, but it was something that seemed as if it wasn't like they thinking about it or they're considering it. I didn't know about the date. I didn't know about the flights being booked. I didn't know. And maybe perhaps the reason I didn't know, maybe you guys wanted it to be a complete surprise. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that a big part of it's because it wasn't part of a data system with everyone else. Do you understand? You guys had one person that you were communicating to, and that person, yes, Katlego was supposed to let us know in every single details. If you guys said you booked the flight, you should have said, let everyone know that, okay, the Durban flights are booked, because like I'm saying that, like, but if you had sent an email or communicated in a systematic way, that way at least 4 people will be held accountable about this whole thing. I'm very, it's like there's a lot that's been happening, you guys know, and unfortunately I just like I'm a workaholic, guys. Like, I focus on work so much, and I appreciate what you guys do for me, but certain things I trust my PA with, because I feel like she'll be able to deal with it, guys. And I understand, okay, there's a few gaps in there, and that's why we find ourselves in the situation. And it's definitely something that should be worked on 100%. I have so many questions myself, but I wouldn't want to be here because as much as she has done mistakes, she has done exceptionally well too. So I can't then fault her too much because perhaps it's something she could learn from or something. Like she just needs to tell me what exactly happened. That I feel like we could work through that. But at the same time, I can't take away all the great things she's done, behind doors, when no one has seen, from her pocket and all of that. I can't take that away from her, like if we're being honest. But at the same time, I do feel that she should at least be given a chance to explain how did it come down to this. But I want us to also understand that when we trying to build like a brand like this, we should try to also be ahead. There's emails I've gotten where like certain things are brought to my attention, and I'll be like, okay, all right, this thing needs to be attended to, and then I'll reach out to a few people like, okay, what's happening with this, and it will be sorted out. Because most cases, obviously, I'm not aware of a lot of things, and you guys could understand why. There's just too many things happening. But at the same time, I feel so bad about today. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I feel terribly bad. Like, I wish I was there with all my heart, but at the same time, I understand there were reasons. I don't think a person would just, especially someone like that. I don't think they would do something like this with ill intentions. I still believe there is an explanation behind it, and I'm open to hearing it out. It's been quite a very hectic week for us, and this just came into my attention today, and we also had a very busy day. I wish we had spoken or had this space once I had a chat with her, right? So I could speak understanding what had happened, because I wasn't even in a mood to understand, because I felt like it was just obvious. 1+1=2. There isn't really much to go into. But at the same time, but I was just not in a good space to be discussing this honestly with her. I really wasn't. But I know that once I have calmed down, I will have to like understand where was she coming from? What was the reason? Is it because she has too much on her hand? Is that why she is getting her own PAs? Like what exactly is happening? Because I mean, she does deal with a lot, but what's the cause? Do you understand what I mean? So I just want to apologize to the Khosi Rains in Durban, and I saw that there was a mix of Facebook Khosi Rains as well. They came into the mix, and even that one, I'm not gonna lie, she told me about it, and the week it was supposed to happen, I was home, so it didn't happen. And the plan was to find a new date, but I don't know how we ended up just moving it down. That one, I'm not gonna lie, it's something that we are aware, because she said it. She gave me the date of it and when it was supposed to happen. But unfortunately, it was just around the time I was doing a ceremony back home, so I couldn't. So we just had to find a date. But I expected that they were gonna suggest a date that they were comfortable with, and we could see if it's something that's possible too. But I didn't know that they were waiting for a date on our side. And I think one of the biggest problem here, if I'm being honest, is because when it comes to the gifting, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it's not something that I can push. I don't know how to put it, because I feel like sometimes you guys have done enough, and I always feel like, okay, if you guys really would like to do something, you just pop in an email. So whenever I hear from Kat or someone telling me about it, it just sounds like something you guys are thinking of doing. It never has gotten to my ears as something like it's done and ready. Yeah, that's why when I saw the DM, I was like, what? Flights book, accommodation? What? Because it always comes to me as something that you're just thinking about and you're trying to figure it out. You see. But if it's something comes in, like say the Botswana Khosi rains, there was a formal letter sent on the email. Even same with Zambia, you know what I mean? Like a formal email sent. Like it's really hard to miss also because you can see it's like broken down and it's specific and it's like, okay, let's deal with this. I don't know if I'm making sense, and I don't know if I'm missing anything as well. I just don't want us to be divided over a few things. I want us to find a way. Like today has been such a beautiful day, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I had such a beautiful, productive day, and it to come back to this just breaks my heart. And it doesn't break my heart because I feel it's not necessary, but it just breaks my heart because it's like every time something good happens, should be celebrated, there's just always another thing to be said about or to be unhappy about. You get what I mean? I would really want us to leave the space in harmony and with the way forward and how we could avoid in future things like this and how we could be on the same page at all times. Okay?
Okay, Mama. So Zama is here. I saw your hands up, meaning you are ready to, speak your truth. But before you talk, I want to get you on track so we don't go missing around. The Durban KRs are saying you and Mama G and Kat brought news to them that Kosi said she can't make the trip, so it's cancelled. From Kosi's side, she never made such a statement or passed such news through you. So how and why did that news get to them? Please let us know.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm just gonna say it's a pity that Katlaho is not here, Mameki is not here, and Cindy is not here. But everything that has been said, it's not a lie, it's the truth. But the first speaker, I don't think she has an idea when this started because she keep on saying it's Mameki and Zama, Mameki and Zama. In the calls that we had with the team, yes, I was there, but I was muted most of the time because I know that I don't want to say anything. Everything will come and say Zama said this, Zama said that. I even told Kat and Mameki that, you know what, guys, I don't want to deliver anything to Khosi Range. You guys must do it because every time when I do things, they would say it's gonna be like it's me. So I was like, okay, you know what, it's fine. But because Uked had a problem with phone at that time, because she was the one who was supposed to deliver the news to Khosi Rand to Durban. But she had a problem with the phone and she had a load shedding. Mameki had to deliver the news. It's okay, guys. What I'm doing right now was supposed to be addressed by Katleho, but Katleho has a problem because already Durban Khosi Rand were told that they will be addressed about the matter. But because Cat is not ifoni yakhe ayisebenzi, I'm gonna do it on her behalf. But she will come and confirm what I am saying. Okay, fine. Let me go back a bit. We had a situation every time before Katlego was introduced, there were things that people would tell me that we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this. And I remember when Khosi introduced the PA, I had to send everything to her and give her, which okay, this must happen, and then I transfer everything to her. So one of the things that I transfer was this case or was this event, Yamakosi ran from Durban, which they want to do something for Khosi. So from there, Kat was communicating with the admin, Cindy, and mostly she was communicating with Cindy, which okay, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that. And then there was a time where while I was still around Jopek, I will assist Kat because there were things that she was doing. So sometimes when Cindy cannot get hold of get hold of Kat, she would ask me, yes, I need this information about the event. I cannot get hold of Kat. Can you assist me with this? Then maybe I will take the information and pass on to Kat. So on, so on. And as well as, because Usindi mostly she's the